Last week, I went to the hospital for a routine eye checkup and was given a potentially life-changing diagnosis based on this graph. If you struggle with anxiety, you may get a blurry field of vision, or you may have this experience of your eyes kind of shaking. But one thing I'm sure you don't know about is a more serious effect that anxiety and stress can have on your eyes. This is called an OCT scan, and it measures the thickness of the fiber around your optic nerve and can give a reading of the health of the optic nerve, and it also indicates the health of the back of the eyeball. Along with this OCT scan, I also had my intraocular pressure measured, which is the pressure in your eyeballs. Now, when I went in for my routine checkup last Saturday, I had no idea about any of this stuff. I had no inclination that there was a problem with my eyes. I merely went to get some floaters checked. These things that float around in front of your vision when you're looking at the computer or you're working. I thought it was going to be a very routine checkup, and it turned out not to be like that. To my shock and initial horror, the doctor in the hospital told me that I had glaucoma. Now, I thought glaucoma was a disease that only people in their 70s and 80s could get. So I was completely dumbfounded when this young doctor told me that I, at the age of 43, had glaucoma. I couldn't believe it, and I thought there must be some kind of problem with the diagnosis. In case you're not aware, just like I wasn't, glaucoma is a syndrome where there's damage to the optic nerve, often caused by increased intraocular pressure. When you have higher pressure inside your eyeball, it can rub on the optic nerve fiber and cause damage to the optic nerve and then impair your eyesight, sometimes causing you to go blind over time. I had no idea about any of this. I didn't actually know what glaucoma was. You can also get glaucoma if your IOP, your eye pressure, is not increased. You can have it just when you have normal intraocular pressure. There's no history of glaucoma in my family, so I was at a loss as to why I would have this problem. Everything else in my body is very healthy. I'm an endurance sports athlete. I'm training for a marathon. I do triathlon. I swim. I lift weights. I do yoga. I do meditation. So I was very surprised as to why I would have this problem. Through my research, I found that prolonged stress and anxiety can potentially raise intraocular pressure, which may cause damage to the optic nerve. Now, I'm not saying that that's what happened in my case. There could have been a genetic component, there could have been many other components, but it seems possible to me, given that I had bad anxiety from being a child right up until my early 30s, that this could have been a contributing factor. Now, I don't want to make this video to scaremonger in any way, but I think it's very worthwhile raising attention and raising awareness about glaucoma, and also the potential link between stress, anxiety, and glaucoma. They call glaucoma the silent vision thief because you often don't get any symptoms until it's too late. And indeed, I didn't have any symptoms. The floaters in my eyes are completely unrelated to the glaucoma diagnosis. So I really urge anybody, whatever age you are, to just go and get your intraocular pressure measured. Nobody had ever even told me what IOP was. I didn't know this. I didn't know that people in their 20s and 30s at any age could get glaucoma. So I really would urge you just to check, just to get your intraocular pressure checked, and especially if you are an anxiety sufferer, because there is this potential link between stress, anxiety, and increased intraocular pressure, which can then damage the optic nerve fiber. Now, I don't want this to trigger any more anxiety than you've already got. If you're having issues with your eyes, it could be for many reasons, such as for me, my floaters, that was not related to the glaucoma, and actually my glaucoma has not given me any impaired vision. And I should also add that I went for a second and a third opinion, and the third opinion was from an ophthalmologist in Taiwan, and that ophthalmologist actually said that this had been caught so early and the damage to the nerve fiber was relatively minimal, so they felt that it wasn't a very serious case of glaucoma. But either way, I think this is extremely important and very worth discussing and drawing attention to, because this is just not something that in the UK we're taught about. This idea of intraocular pressure or glaucoma amongst young people, this is not discussed. I don't want this to stress you out if you already are an anxiety sufferer and prone towards health anxiety as well, but it is worth checking out. Stay relaxed, stay calm until you get any kind of prognosis, because obviously the chances are that you won't have increased intraocular pressure. And it's another reason why getting our anxiety handled is important, because it can have effects on different parts of the body that we're often not aware of. Okay, that's everything for this video. Please stay tuned to the channel, hit me up in the comments and email me at ed@thesocialanxietycoach.com if you have any further questions. Other than that, I'll see you guys all very soon.